And good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Going Solo here on Music Free Gaming. Yes, it is morning while I'm recording, and I am standing here in front of, well, a giant hole. You probably recognize some of this. This is the elevator going up to the university, and, to my new sheep farm, which still isn't hooked up and farming yet, but soon. That's a thing that's going to happen soon. But I've got this giant hole. You can see I've dug out, well, a lot of the terraforming I did the other day. Because it is, oh, I'm so excited. This is the day I'm building a storage system. It's going to be great. It's also going to be a ridiculous amount of work. So I've got a hole dug, and the plan is it's going to go from here, right? This whole space right here. It's going to curve around, break at the elevator, and then come back around this way. And I haven't decided if I'm going to kick back over there or not, but it's definitely going this around over there. So let's get started. All right. More hours later than I care to admit, the first segment is done. And it looks really bad when you can see all of the redstone and stuff. This is a really cool design by Mayazuma Gaming. Or Mayazuma Game. Yeah, all that stuff. I'll link it in the channel. You'll get there. But it's really cool. Drop in individual items. Like I can drop in a little bit of this dirt. It'll blink through. This will even take shulker boxes. It'll sort out your not stackables. Your shulkers will go there. It's great. And I have the first segment here, which is really, really short. Yeah, it's just 5 sections. The idea, of course, was then to expand it this way. So that's going to be the next step, is to extend this whole mess around this way. And this should be a lot easier because the complicated stuff was all over here. This whole mess, this side should be pretty straightforward. So once again, time to go build stuff. And progress is being made slowly. Oh man, this takes forever. The chests are the easy part, other than needing all of the wood. Back here, even this isn't too bad. It just takes a lot of freaking time. The worst part are these droppers, man. To get them facing each other in the right direction, it's a little bit of a pain. It's not crazy, right? It's just a pain. I just want to reach up there and grab a wrench and turn them. I have a wrench. I have that data pack. I may have to go see if I can make that work, because that's going to make this go a lot faster on the other side. All right, speaking of the other side, I have a lot to put in, and I've got some ground to clean up. I did decide to go ahead and run the storage all the way along here as well. So basically, I'm going to have this big flipping storage room going from over there all the way across and then around this way. And that is going to be awesome. I also have this area here, right? I had to be sure that when I put in the storage, it didn't run afoul of my sheep farm, my wool farm here. So that's the next thing I get to figure out, is what to do here. But this is actually going to be fairly straightforward. It's going to be really decorative and useful. So this is where the crafting tables are going to go. The ender chest is going to be over here, right? All of that fun stuff is going to go in this gap. And then the next step is going to be to figure out how I want to set up the wool farm so it makes it in here. But I think what I'm going to do is get the rest of this built out. It's going to take forever. So, yeah, if this video comes out a little late, this is why. All right. But that's the next step. And here it is. And it's taken forever. It is a week later in real life, which, yeah, why did this video take forever to come out? This is why. But it's great. I've got it all wired up. All of the storage is here. I don't have any of the filters set, or I take that back. I have a couple of temporary filters set so that all I have to do now is I can come over here. I can drop in a shulker box and it gets fed into the system. The shulker will end up pop out over there to get drained. I can also, and you get little flashy lights, which is fun. I can also throw a couple of items directly into the chest, and they will also end up sorted. The shulker box comes out here, which is fabulous. Unsorted or unstackable items are these 4 chests. But you can start to see as items start, jumping through the system, these lights will start to light up and all sorts of fun stuff. So there's, yeah, see, there you go. So yeah, here are the first couple of items of dirt. There were a couple of things of dirt, some iron blocks, some other stuff. Yeah, see, there you go. See the lights going across as the items make their way through. So what do we have here? Depends on the order of things and how it all ends up getting through there. So eventually, stuff shows up in chests. And, oh yeah. Glowstone should have ended up over there. Alright, looks like I've got a little bit of debugging to do. And maybe the fox is going to help me. One could only hope. But I do occasionally get things, very rarely, but occasionally get things that end up over in the wrong chest. Now, I do have golden carrots are supposed to end up here. Not that this is sorted, this is the unsorted chest. But that was my test to see if things got through that were unsorted. So now I just need to figure out, where is everything? Because I should have a couple of blocks of iron coming through. Looks like that's probably them right there. Yeah, there they are. It's not the fastest storage system in the world, but it works pretty well, assuming I've got it all completely debugged. And then there's the other 2 items of dirt I threw in there. So, yeah, looks like it's mostly working. I've got some issues potentially down there, because I did have to do a little bit of kludging, but we'll check that out. Well, I think I've got the storage all debugged. I'll keep working on that if I continue to find problems, but I think it's time to move on. And the next thing to do is get the sheep dumping into the storage. I know this first section works, so I went through and I have dyed all of my sheep because, multicolored sheep are awesome. And what I'm going to do is get this rigged up. Before it goes into the storage, I've got a temporary box here. I just broke the hopper chain and threw a box in. So I want to collect the first clippings of wool there so I can set the filters, right? So I've got to do that to get them all in the right chests. So I'll get that going, and I need to get shears in, all that fun stuff. Plus, minecart. So I guess time to go do that. Well, I hope you enjoyed that view of all of the rainbow colored sheep, because now it's gone and will be gone forever. Now it's just a row of naked sheep as the shearing system is working, collection system is going fine, and now I have all of the wool. So yeah, this is awesome. And of course, as the sheep eat, they'll get wool, it'll shear them again, trigger the minecart, and all that fun stuff. So now it's time to come set the filter. See, there it goes, off to collect more woolly goodness. And yeah, so now I need to go set the filters over for these first 2 columns of chests. And yeah, fun and excitement. All right, I've got the wool farm all hooked up, and you can see I'm starting to get items filtering in. It's going to take it a little bit just to get that first row, but everything's lighting up and filling in nicely. So this is going to be great. So all of the wool's going to end up right here in these first two columns. I think I may sort banners in here too. I don't use them too often. Some light people just got in. But I may sort them into this too. And I think what I'm going to do is maybe throw glass into these next couple. Setting the filters, man, that just takes forever and it takes way more time than I am wanting to spend on it right now. But also I need to figure out and think about where the heck do I want to put everything, right? Because this is a lot of storage and it's a multi-item sorter, right? That's the awesome thing. All of the, I said this basically it's white and the warmer colors go here. The grays and the blues all come over here. So that's awesome, right? They all just filter in. But there are 1,000-something items in Minecraft, and while I don't have all of them, I would like to have some reasonable organization here, but I think that's a problem for future me. And I think the next step is to do some fun stuff. Get in here and decorate this mess. All right, the first thing I decided to do for decorating was to go ahead and label the sheep, I suppose, and throw some stained glass in there so at least you can kind of pretend you know what color this sheep was. Right, that's a blue sheep, because the blue glass, right? Yes, they're always without wool, but at least they can feel like they may have color in their lives. Sure, okay, it'll be fun. All right, so next, let's get over here, and I think what I'm going to need to do first is get a bunch of deep slate bricks. Okay, I've got some of the decorations in. It's looking a little bit better. Got a spruce floor, which matches what I wanted to do over there and just never got around to it. And I'm using a lot of amethyst and stuff. I like this. Some amethyst here in the corner behind the deep slate bricks. There's this nice little purple highlight. And then behind the chests, I just used purple wool to take advantage of that wool farm. Which, it's doing okay over here. So that's going. Now, got a couple of problems. First off, I need to figure out a ceiling because I don't really want to see the underside of the villager trading hall. And then there's this side right here. And that's a problem I need to figure out too. But so far, it's looking okay. I've got a little torch spam. I haven't figured out lighting or anything in here yet. But I also got a couple of fun things. This is, of course, the rock chest. I threw a couple of ender chests on either side. I think that just looks kind of cool. And then also, step on this pressure plate, and there's a crafting table, stone cutter, and a furnace if needed. So they're there, but now they're not looking ugly. That's one of the problems I have sometimes using trying to fit crafting tables and things, and they just don't look good. So here I've got now a nice little cubby where I can get in and get at those things. So that's doing pretty okay. Okay, I set these barrels up partly because they look cool, but also partly to give me some non-sorted storage. So if I want to throw some stuff in here, or maybe drop in shulkers that are going to be there for projects and things, right? You know, because that's fun. Fill up a shulker for a project, just toss it in a bin. So it's ready for you, or for me, I guess, when I need it. So that's the first pass, I guess. There are a couple of things here that I know I'm going to change. I don't like the glowstone. The glowstone is going to come out. I'm going to replace that probably with pearlescent frog lights once I get them. Right? Remember, I got the frogs the other day. So now I just need to set up the frog light farm so I can get frog lights. And I think the pearlescent ones, the purple ones, are going to look really good running along the top there. So cool. Good stuff there. A little, amethyst. I've been using that for highlights and things. I do want to add some more of the green, more of the warped wood and stuff. Probably in and around like these redstone lamps, and threw in some note blocks just to continue the color, but I don't need the lamps, so the note blocks work. So I've been trying some ideas for what to do for a ceiling here, and I tried a number of woods and I didn't like them. They were a little too busy, so I thought, oh sure, let's go with smooth sandstone. That's nice and chill. Nice, pretty flat pattern, and it looks bad. I mean, there's just no getting around it. That's not great. So I have no idea what I'm going to be doing for the ceiling here. I mean, I could just go in there with the spruce, but man, I'm not sure I like the floor and the ceiling being the same color, you know? When you can kind of see it already, because I've got the spruce up there and the spruce down here. I mean, it works, but I really would like to have a ceiling up here that's kind of flat, because the room's really busy, right? With all of the chests and the lights and all that stuff going on. So having something there that would be chill, soothing, something like that would be great. Unfortunately, I think anything that's gonna have a nice smooth texture is going to be too light in color, right? I mean, the sandstone, quartz, any of that stuff. I tried endstone bricks, but the brick pattern is just too bricky. So again, it just gets noisy. So I don't know what I'm gonna do here. I may leave it for a while and think on it. But for now, I guess we'll leave it and think on it. I have nothing else to say. I'm going to think and try to figure out what the heck am I going to do for this? Because the sandstone just is not cutting it. All right, a little more thought and playing around later. I thought, the other thing that doesn't have a texture is concrete. And it comes in a lot of different colors. So I thought I'd pull out the gray concrete. And I kind of like what that's doing. I may need to maybe texture into it just a little bit. But I really like this. I think it's going to work out okay. It might be a little dark, but I'm okay with that. Got lots of stuff going on. So this is going to be pretty neutral, and I think I can work with that. Got the gray concrete ceiling in. This is definitely looking pretty good. Now, my only problem with it is it takes a lot of black dye and gravel and concrete, and that's such a pain. But it looks good, so I'm happy with that. And now I just need to start getting filters set. I've got a few. I'm dumping all of the dirt blocks and gravel over into this chest or this column, and I've got, of course, the wool. I've got some glass sorting over here. Probably gonna throw dyes in this chest as well. I need to get glass panes sorted, but I don't have any of that in there yet, in the filter. But otherwise, it's gonna be nice. And I need to figure out what's happening with this side of the room, because right now it's like a stage. And I've heard all the world is a stage, but I don't know that one storage room should be a stage. So I need to figure out something. But I think where I'm at so far, this is a pretty good start. Just need to start setting filters and figuring out where I want everything to be. But it's doing good so far. And that is going to be it for the video today. This took so much longer than I expected. Turns out, troubleshooting complicated redstone, not as easy as you might expect. But it's all right. It's all right. Doing good. We'll get there. Speaking of things that are good, you know what? You can like that video, smash the subscribe button and the notification bell and all those things that, you do on YouTube. Leave a comment, right? Because I guess that's good for YouTube. I don't know. Whatever you do, I hope you have a fabulous day. Thanks for joining me. Be excellent to each other. And this is Music Free Gaming signing off.